Hi, my name is Nicole Shore, and I am doing my themed unit on the Oregon Trail for third grade. Before starting the lesson, we will do a KWL chart, and we'll talk about what I know, what I wonder, and what we've learned, and we'll fill this out throughout the whole project, but we'll start off with what they wonder and what they know. As an introduction to the class, we'll read the book If You Were a Kid on the Oregon Trail. That's shown right here, and I'll talk about that in a moment when I talk about the other books. And also, I have a little short video here that goes along with that. They kind of introduced what's life was like on the Oregon Trail. So in this project, the content areas will include English language arts, social studies, mathematics, science, physical education, and art, all wrapped up together. These are some of the books that I have for my set text. The first one, which I've already talked about, um, is If You Were a Kid on the Oregon Trail by Josh Gregory. It's a cute historical fiction story about Josephine and Stephen moving out west on the Oregon Trail. Josephine loses her diary along the way and was found by Stephen. Later down the trail, they meet, and Josephine and her diary are reunited. This story shows what it may have been like on the trail for a kid. Apples to Oregon by Deborah Hopkins. This is a slightly true story of the Henderson Llewellyn and a very tall tale. A family and a dad's precious apple trees trek across the Oregon Trail. This tale is very funny and entertaining and shows the difficulty of traveling the Oregon Trail at that time. And the last one on this page is Covered Wagons, Bumpy Trails by Verla Kay. This is a very simple rhyming book about family traveling on the Oregon Trail. This story is below level, but I thought it would be good for anyone that is lower reading level. Also, the story is a quick, short story, but straight to the point and with amazing illustrations. Journey of a Pioneer by Patricia J. Murphy. This is a historical fiction story following Olivia and her family on the journey through the Oregon Trail. This book is very informative with photos, maps, and drawings that share the history that goes along with the story. The Oregon Trail and Westward Expansion by Kristen Russo. This story is a historical fiction and told by different points of view during the Oregon Trail times. The perspectives are from a pioneer, a Native American, and a U.S. soldier. This book is looking at a subject in different ways with different perspectives. Minnow and Rose, an Oregon Trail story by Judy Young. A sweet story of two girls from two different cultures who form a friendship that changes both their lives and bridges two worlds together. As Rose travels with her family to Oregon on the Oregon Trail, they go over a river and she falls overboard. Her new friend, Minnow, saves her life. Viewpoints on the Oregon Trail and Westward Expansion by Kristen Russo. This book is based on real things that happened to real people who traveled or experienced the Oregon Trail. This book shows how the same event can look different depending on someone's point of view. The three perspectives were Jesse Applegate, a traveler on the Oregon Trail, Otter Woman, a friend of Sacagawea, and a Shoshone woman, and General Stephen Watts Carney, the father of the United States Cavalry. Comparing these different people's lives, they all paint a different picture of this event. This book has great photos and art pieces from that period. Surviving History, Oregon Trail by Virginia Low Hagen. This book helps you look as it if you would have survived the Oregon Trail by the decisions that you make along the way. This book takes you on a ride through the trail. Along the way, you get to choose from three options on how you would choose to continue. This book walks you through the best answers at the end of the book. The Wild West by or The Wild West, The Oregon Trail by Laura Murray. This book is filled with facts, maps, and beautiful images to help children or help students see what it's like on the Oregon Trail. The book talks about why people wanted to live on the trail, and how the trail changed over time. And Life as a Pioneer on the Oregon Trail by Jerry Friedman. This nonfiction book is filled with a lot of interesting facts on the life as a pioneer on the Oregon Trail. This book's covered the history, being a pioneer, life on the trail, tools for pioneers, and settling in the West. This book has a lot of wonderful photographs, and our current and from the past are very interesting. This next section would be a rotation that I would have with groups. It would be uh, two different stations, or with groups. It could be more than two groups, but be two different things for them to do in their groups. One thing would be doing covered wagons. It's a 4-piece worksheet, and I'll have copies of all of this all attached to my video. And on here, they have the benefits, illustration, description, and challenges of covered wagons. They'll be able to use resources in our room and the internet if they would like to. And they would get about 20 minutes to work on that with a group. And then the other station would be Fill Your Wagon. And this book that's mostly a picture book, a really quick kind of poemish book, is The Covered Wagons, Bumpy Trails. And it kind of shows what with all the stuff in their wagons, and the wagons going around and stuff too. So I think that's a fun book to kind of do when they're doing this part too. So the Fill Your Wagon is, they're going to have a budget of $500, a limit of 100 pounds for food. So they're going to have items, the quantity, price per unit, total cost, and total weight. So they're going to figure out how much how much of what they're going to bring on their trip. Sorry. And they will have, it's kind of like a menu of Oregon Trail price list of how much things weigh and how much they would cost for them to take it with them. And as a group, they would decide what they would get. And they would have 20 minutes with their group to do that. After all the groups have done both of those activities, each person will journal, writing one paragraph about why they chose to include the items that they filled their wagon with. So everybody would have their own reasons as a group as why they decided what they wanted to do in that. The next activity is a map activity. It's something that I found on PBS Education. Before doing this activity, has kind of like a scripted thing to talk about, different points to talk about the Oregon Trail history with the students and important events. And then on their maps, you're to instruct the students to label the compass in each state as they travel along the Oregon Trail westward from Independence, Missouri to Williamatteville, Oregon. Next is another group project. There's going to be 3 different groups, and it's 3 different groups are going to research um, dysentery, cholera, and the typhoid fever. There's a video that I have the link on here, and I'll have that on a document for you to look at, of something that I'll go over with the class ahead of time to kind of give them a heads up of what diseases that they had, the 3 most common ones of people dying, and then I have a research graphic organizer for them to organize their information together as a group, and then they will present it however they choose, which it could be on a poster board or just talk, or they could do a PowerPoint. And finally, for physical education, most everybody got their physical activity from walking. Mostly everybody walked, one because of the weight in the wagon, or two because you don't want to be sitting down all day. Most of the kids didn't play games. Um, the only ones that were allowed to were kids that were around 5 years and younger. The other ones were expected to do work. And so the only games I could come across that were actually played during this time were Leapfrog and London Bridge and different songs and dances that they did. And Leapfrog, I don't think I've seen kids do that anymore lately. I don't remember doing it when I was a kid either, but I think it'd be a fun thing to do. And also, London Bridges has actually 8 different courses, so it'd be fun one to learn the songs and the motions with it, just to have fun with their friends. And the last activity will be build your own covered wagon. This will be done with a shoebox. There'll be certain materials given, like paper and glue and like pipe cleaners and different things that we have in the classroom that they'll be able to use, and they can bring things home from home if they want to too. A nice way to kind of end the unit and something fun to do with a partner.